For me, it's the reunification of the ethics in diaspora, right, to the ancestral home. And we must never forget that. You know, today we are balkanized by political territories, right? But we all have an origin. And if you look at the traditional dances, if you look at the dress code, it's all the same.
Ekpe festival that illuminates a rich tapestry of culture, beliefs, colors, tradition, content, arts, food, language, rituals, and talents of the URUAN Yangatakpo people on annual basis.
Ekpe is a traditional play. Our forefathers our progenitors had brought Ekpe as a disciplinary agent because they use it in governance. If anything happens and a Ekpe just sounds, that thing stops because it was the authority of the people. So when I became the clan head, I decided to look at it differently. And I said, our progenitors, our forebears, brought this to us, and they are extremely very fine things and what people would always want to see and know and watch. So what do? And I decided to do something, and that is to initiate the young ones. You see, the whole thing had been put in a sort of situation that people were not forthcoming. But with me, I said I want to demystify it because there are certain statements that we use in Ekpe that people misunderstand.
I'm glad the organizers are making it an annual event to constantly remind us and our children, because the way the world is going today, we're getting more far-flung, right? So there's a lot of intermarriage, there's a lot of migration to different parts of the world, but we should constantly keep it at the back of our mind that we came from somewhere, and this is what this festival represents.
Anyone that doesn't know his roots is lost. This is a culture that goes back from carbon dating, at least 3,000 years. This is a culture that has provided humanity with an alternative.
It's about who we are, our culture, who we are, who you are, the way we sing, the way we dance, the way we do things, the way we eat, what we eat. If you're out there, you see some URUAN cuisine.
They use Ekpe to bring people to terms with civility, with morality, with civilization. And so Ekpe to URUAN people is indeed a traditional institution that must be preserved, protected.
It's a cultural festival. It's we're trying to bring back our culture, which was almost dying. I remember that we started this last year, and what I've seen this year is that it's getting bigger and bigger. You know, there's this impression about our culture that is diabolic. Especially people say that Ekpe is diabolic. But if you see people like us, if you see people like Donald Duke is here, if you see people like Larieta.
Administrative clans, namely Ekpe Ibukwe Tonkumpe URUAN, Musonko Ibunda URUAN, Mutaka Ekundu URUAN, and Akwa URUAN, who serve the principal deity of the URUAN people, Atakpo, believed to be a great mother deity. Thus, the URUAN Cultural Festival provided an opportunity for indigenes of URUAN Yangatakpo to relish and bring back the lost glory of Ekpe masquerade and performances and equally reconnect with the past. Ekpe masquerade is believed by members to be a mysterious spirit who is supposed to live in the jungle and to preside at the ceremonies of the society. In this regard, members of the Ekpe society are said to act as messengers of Ikan, that is, the ancestors.
That links us to our past, it links us to our roots, it links us to our culture. We cannot throw away those good virtues, those good cultures that makes URUAN what they used to be.
As far as URUAN is concerned, the culture of URUAN is Ekpe. And our activities of Ekpe have been recollected every year, end of the year, so that the heritage of our forefathers and their mothers will still recognize them.
There are various grades of Ekpe, such as Nyampe, Nkan.
The essence of this is to remind all the folks of ethnic origins, where they come from. And there is no better location than URUAN, because this is their ancestral home.
The women were also ushered into the venue in a grand style. Many other performances this year's festival showcased your Ekpe and certificates were awarded to the winners.
It is a fact that the URUANs and the Ekpe people won. The URUANs, the Ekpe actually moved, from here, from the URUAN's end to across the river where they now reside. And in fact, at some point, every time an Ekpe monarch is going to be crowned, an URUAN person must be there.
The Ekpe and the URUAN people have a similar ancestry, a common roots. And from watching and what I've seen today, especially with the delegation of Ekpe masquerade from the palace of the Obong of Calabar, that will show you that really, that honor and brotherhood is there between the Ekpe and the URUAN people.
The Bokuran Cultural Festival is an event that showcases the rich URUAN cultural heritage.
This ceremony demystifies. It demystifies the whole mystery surrounding the Ekpe stuff. You can come enjoy the beauty of culture. For me, it's just bringing back what our forefathers enjoyed, and we in this generation and the generations to come can just flow with.
Nito mo, ekeri nito yen URUAN. Kantaro kanam mo yen called it URUAN.
Okay. I asked when he said that the FX had theirs, URUAN had theirs, and I wanted to know who gave it to the other. And he says that the FX had it from the URUAN because they were grandchildren of the URUAN people, and so they were able to have these things.
Okay.
Me, ntina mo ekuru bodo ntro. Me afe gbe do ngodo anye ebwana ndumake.
Ngong ba keri ridem URUAN. Ke before about the family to the first about the frequent. Ye keri elibam do. Ye keri about URUAN. Then ke for me. Every time with that thing, I can be in a good on boy.
He said that Iban was a big chief, a paramount chief in URUAN, and that whenever, because the FX were mostly grandchildren, and whenever they were building shrines and lodges, then the Iban, the chief, used to put on the king post for them as a significance of as a symbol of authority that they could get on.